In today's video, we're going to be discussing a little bit about aesthetics education and how that connects to the archetype. So, let me just give you a brief introduction to what aesthetics education is. Aesthetics education, it involves intentional learning about art, music, dance, drama to cultivate perception, taste, and participation in creative expression. It allows the individual to develop an appreciation for beauty, art, and fostering creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence through artistic experiences, aiming for holistic growth and a richer life by understanding the beauty in art and in reality. Some of the benefits of aesthetics education, it leads to a deepening connection to culture and heritage through artistic forms. It connects cognitive, emotional, and moral growth, leading to a flourishing life. It also enhances problem solving skills and imaginative skills through artistic engagement. So, let me go ahead and give you a quick rundown of an example of what I mean by aesthetics education. As it pertains to archetypal analysis, there are three aspects of the archetype that we could look at, right? So we have the cultural, the religious, and the literary aspect. Think literary meaning like books, movies, stories, short novels, etc., etc. And so the idea is to then find where your cultural archetype, right, where your cultural archetype emerges in these other sort of forms and how they kind of synchronize together. So, for example, within the African pantheon, you have Obatala, who is a symbol of Daddy God. From the Christian perspective of from the perspective of Christian theology, you have Daddy God. Daddy God was the aspect of Yahweh that landed and touched earth, as above, so below, walked through the garden and grew a garden and gave Adam and Eve a place to be, which ultimately synchronizes with who and what Obatala is. Then, from a literary perspective, you could ultimately say that that sort of constellation emerged with Mufasa and the relationship that he had to his son Simba. Another example would be Eshu. From the African pantheon, Eshu is one of the tricksters. And in Christian mythology, you have Moses, who emerges as one of those tricksters. And from Greek mythology, you have Hermes, who ultimately synchronizes with him. It is ultimately really, really important to then begin to understand how these different sort of archetypes synchronize within your lived experience as a person because they ultimately help you to name your lived world.